Ow, we get some real pervs today. And also just like an episode of fighting, essentially.
It's literally just a fighting episode. But yeah, we had mentioned last time that it was going to be an episode about perverts, and it is an episode about perverts.
100% is.
Hmm.
That is true, and that's for true. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and Now Watch Inuyasha. Is episode number 46. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Howe and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing season 2, episode number 19, or episode 46, entitled Juromaru and Kageromaru.
Maru, 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 Maru.
The Marus.
The Maru brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, not technically wrong.
There's something.
Yeah, they're perverts.
Yes. We begin this episode and Koga shows up and is like, "Hey, where's Naraku?" And Yasha's like, "Dude, if I knew that, I would already be found. I've found him already."
Why are you asking me, you dummy?
I don't know.
Ko's like, well, I guess I'll go find him on my own. Peace
Yeah,
out.
so he just leaves.
I do love that he yells at them and he's like, yo. Like,
Yo.
and that's definitely something that people said in the feudal era.
And then Yasha's just like,
Which I am sure that in the Japanese version is oi,
Oi.
oi.
So yeah, Naraku leaves. No, Koga leaves, but he finds Naraku.
Yep. Naraku just like
Sniffs him out.
zooms in like on a freaking Roomba or something. It's like, "Womp."
He's like, "Hey, how's it going?
And he's got like a cage behind him.
You want to fight the dude in the cage? Eh?
Eh?
Eh? So he sends out Juromaru after him, who's shackled and has a mask. And then Juromaru's very fast, and Koga can't beat him, so he just runs away.
Yep.
Inuyasha gets on the scent of Naraku and runs after her and shows up, and Naraku's like, "Hey, how's it going? Would you also like to fight this guy?" And Inuyasha's like, "Yeah, I'll fight him." So he just takes the shackles off of Juromaru, and then Juromaru's like, "Hiya!" beheads the Naraku doll. And Naraku's like, "Ha ha ha! He is my greatest warrior. Now fight!"
And he becomes unsafe in these uncertain times because he takes off his mask and starts breathing everywhere.
His cold breath.
It's like in the commercials when people have minty breath, like it's basically what that looks like.
Yeah, I knew as soon as like Naraku was like, "Oh, this is one of my best fighters. You will be done for." I was like, "This guy is going to be in this episode, and that's it, isn't it?" Spoilers. That's 100% the case.
Yep. They're both supposed to be like super tough, like the most intense of the incarnations.
No, they're just the
No.
monster of the week.
Yeah, Kagura sticks around way longer than they do.
Yeah, so Inuyasha fights Juromaru for a bit, and then Kageromaru shows up, impaling Inuyasha, and is like, "Hey, what's up? I was in Juromaru's stomach. I'm the real messed up one. He only answers to me."
Also, thanks for giving me some of your innards. They were delicious. No. He's like a weird, like, praying
Bone gremlin.
Yeah, he's like a bone dude, but he's got the same head as
Real
Juromaru.
weird.
It's very strange looking.
It's real weird. Koga goes back to his tribe, and they're like, "Hey, do you realize if Inuyasha went there to fight this dude, Kagome's going to be in danger as well?" And Koga's like, "Where did you tell me that?" And he runs off.
I gotta go.
So Kageromaru is getting the upper hand on basically everyone, beats up Moroku, who the bees show up earlier in the episode, but they don't come back to fight in this fight or anything, but Moroku tries to do things and just gets beat the crap out of and is just useless. So him and Sango are just like knocked out of commission. And then Kageromaru is going to go after Kagome, but then Koga shows up and kicks it away, and Kagome's just like, "Oh, was that in danger?"
I didn't realize I was in danger.
And Yasha and Koga start yelling at each other again.
I do love that because Sango and Moroku are sidelined, they basically just narrate the whole thing for us. It's pretty good. And yeah, like Moroku, essentially his task in this episode was to protect Sango and get injured. And also
And
eventually
just chit
chit chat, give us some information on what's going on. Eventually let her borrow the staff.
Yep.
Yep. Oops.
So basically, the rest of this episode is just Inuyasha and Koga trying to fight off uh, both the Marus, which they can't really get any like upper hand on them because Kageromaru is very fast. Juromaru is also very fast, so like there's double teaming them, and also Inuyasha has to deal with the Tetsaiga being still heavy.
And Kageromaru can burrow
in the ground and come up and go, yeah. Koga gets a little paper cut on his leg, and he's out of action clearly.
They're all like, "Oh, he has a very bad wound on his leg," and I'm like, "That literally looks like a paper cut." Like, buddy, come on.
Kageromaru goes after Kagome again, but then Inuyasha like just gets mad, and the Tetsai gets fine again, so he's like, yeah, cuts off an arm.
And I love that Moroku's like, "Oh yeah, huh. It's because he's simple-minded and he just wanted to protect Kagome. That it became light for a bit." And he's like, simple-minded.
He's so mad that he forgot that it was heavy.
Yeah, basically.
And then he remembers everything, and it gets heavy again. Like, oh, did they get heavy again? Oh, he remembered that, his mind actually started thinking again, so it got heavy again. So, in order to thwart off Kageromaru hiding in the ground the whole time, Sango borrows some of, or she has poison.
She has poison.
Right? She's the one who has the poison.
Demon Slayer, basically.
She uses the poison that she has and takes Moroku's staff and like dabs a little bit on the bottom and just like throws it in the ground, and that poisons the ground. Kageromaru comes up from out of it and is like,
I hate that. That's grody.
It gets him out of there, but then Kageromaru hides again. Koga goes off to fight or to try and hit the final blow on Juromaru, but Inuyasha realizes that Kageromaru is inside Juromaru, so he runs after them and is like, hey, I'm going to kill you. So Koga gets out of the way at the last second, and Inuyasha obliterates these two. Remember, these were Daraku's most dangerous warriors.
Yep, the most dangerous.
And they're dead.
Dead.
Inuyasha and Koga get into another fight because Koga was like, dude, you were going to kill me. And Inuyasha's like, yeah, whatever.
Kagome's like, he trusted that you were fast enough to get out of the way. Yeah. Right, Inuyasha?
Right.
Right?
And then Inuyasha gets set.
Yeah, sit boy. Which
into the ground quite a few times.
She keeps saying like, "Oh, Inuyasha, you're so injured. You need to take it easy." And then sits it multiple times. I'm like, you're probably just like wrecking his wounds right now.
Yep. And then Koga's like, Kagome, you're my woman. I'll be there to protect you no matter what. Anyways, I'm gone. See you later. I'm not showing up in the next episode.
She's like, thank you.
And Inuyasha's very upset. But then Moroku and Sango were just like, yo, I'm done with this jealous act. Hey, let's just go.
Yeah.
And Sango's just like, you gotta have better things to do, like treating your wounds.
She like puts her arm around Moroku and like, they walk away.
They just walk away.
They're just like, oh man, mom and dad are done with this.
And then Shippo just like looks at him and it's like, you guys. And Kagome's like, I'm going home. And that's this episode.
This sure was an episode.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Perverts, and the perverts died immediately, and Koga's just actually, you know what? Both Inuyasha and Koga were big dumb energy the whole episode. And
mom and dad are done.
I think the best part about this were mom and dad, honestly. Like Moroku and Sango are really good in this episode.
I agree. So yeah, here's our trivia for this week's episode. This is the first time Inuyasha and Koga fight an enemy together. There you go.
I mean, didn't they technically fight like the birds of paradise together?
Was that technically together, or was that just them kind of in the same fight, but not together?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They weren't like back to back fighting like they were in this one.
Yeah. But that's it for this week's episode. Next time, we will be discussing episode number 47, which is entitled something. If I can get this, there we go. Onigumo's heart still beats within Naraku.
Hey, you want some more drama? Because we're about to get some more drama. But you know what? At least Koga is like silly and harmless.
Yeah, it's true. Queue up Diver Diva's love triangle.
Yeah, basically.
Because you'll need it for next week's episode. But that's going to do it for this week. If you would like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You'll also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you would like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. And you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next week as we just get a mouthful of drama.
Oh, yeah.